She said they didn't even try to hide it. She looked me in the eye and said, I didn't plan it, but I'm pregnant. Whoa.
It could all be so simple, but y'all gotta make it so complex.
Simple complexities. I'm your host, Ali Cat, and we're just gonna get right into it. So what happens when your bestie becomes your biggest betrayal? Today we're talking pregnancy tests, guest room drama, and a man who clearly forgot what in-house meant. But before we get into that, I want to hear how your week has been. Anything fun and exciting coming up? Talk to me, y'all. Call or text me at 929-399-4232 because I want to hear from you this week. I know for me, I have a couple of work trips coming up this month, and I'm actually leaving for one next week. And when I get back, my man and I are going to see Kendrick Lamar again, and I cannot wait. This has been I think the third time we've seen him. Oh my God. And each time has been amazing. I honestly can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that trip. So I just been to myself working and packing, and I've also been saving stories and posts to go back and read and catch up on while I'm either waiting on a layover or already on the plane. And y'all, I saw this one post that had me clutching my pearls. Let me set the background up a little bit. So apparently the storyteller is a woman who let her friend who fell on hard times move into her house that she shared with her husband. And she goes on and write a post about something that happened that, it's kind of messed up, y'all, in my opinion. And people just ain't loyal no more. So she goes on and basically writes, I let my best friend move in. Now she's pregnant with my husband's baby. I thought I was doing the right thing. My best friend was going through a rough patch, lost her job, cheated, and dumped by her boyfriend, nowhere to go. Now pause for a second. So she says, my best friend was going through a rough patch, lost her job, cheated, and dumped by her boyfriend. So red flag for me, she says cheated and dumped by her boyfriend. So which one cheated? Was it her friend or was it the actual boyfriend? That would have been, I need, more context behind that, because for one, if she cheated on her man, you don't need to be around my man. That's just me. That's just me, but we're going to keep going. So she says, like any loyal friend would, I opened my home to her and gave her my guest room, a stock fridge, and a shoulder to cry on. Little did I know she ended up in my husband's bed. So here's the thing. When you're married, you kind of gotta be careful, and you gotta go with your intuition. First of all, like I said, I need more context behind of the who cheated. I'm not judging anybody, but just for me, I'm not letting, for one, you're married. And if your friend was the one that was cheating, you kind of don't really, you're older, you're married, you don't need to be in that whole cheating situation. I know, you're supposed to be a loyal friend, and, you're supposed to be a supportive friend and stuff like that. But when it comes to cheating, you kind of don't want to let a situation like that come into your household. Like, my thing is, does this woman not have any family? Like, where's her mom? Where's her grandma? Why she couldn't go stay with them? Why did she have to come to your house? You know what I'm saying? You can still be a shoulder to cry on and stuff, but she ain't got to move in with you. That's all I'm saying. You got to be real careful with that. That's just me. She goes on and says, it started subtly, whispered conversations in the kitchen when they thought I was asleep. Okay, so wait a minute. So y'all you hear them having whispered conversations in the kitchen? That's a major red flag. Because first of all, why are y'all whispering in my kitchen, in my house? She says, as I walked to her room, the laughter stopped when I walked in. I brushed it off. She's like a sister, I told myself. He'd never. Honey, first of all, okay, from the whispering conversations and then they are laughing and they stop when you walk in, you can't brush that off. You need to be asking questions. I don't care if she's like a sister to you or not. You need to ask questions. Why is the laughter stopping? That's to me, that's an alarm right there. That's an alarm. You should have told yourself to investigate further. Oh my God. So she says, but denial doesn't protect you from betrayal. Yeah, you totally were in denial, ma'am. And honestly, I feel bad, but then I don't feel bad for you because you gotta be a little bit quicker than that, sis. She said, one night I came home early from a business trip. Lord have mercy. I wish I hadn't. I walked in on them, not just talking, not cuddling, naked in our bed, the one we bought together, the one we made vows in. First of all, why are you going on a business trip and leaving her in the house alone with your husband after all of these red flags that have been going on? Ma'am, it's giving slow vibes because you should not be taking no overnight business trips with this woman in your house, especially after all of this stuff that's been going on. Come on now. You gotta wake up. She said they didn't even try to hide it. She looked me in the eye and said, I didn't plan it, but I'm pregnant. Whoa. Now that was not a slap in the face. She looked me in the eye and said, I didn't plan it, but I'm pregnant. The storyteller says I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just walked out. Okay, that's giving she about to snap. Because in that moment, the silence was louder than any rage. I went to get my gun. She ran and I whipped him a good one. So I'm assuming she's talking about her husband. So she must have pistol whipped him with her gun. And she better have ran, especially since she pregnant, because it sounded like this storyteller was giving snap vibes. Like you don't come out and say stuff like that, ma'am. Like, what are you doing, friend? What are you doing? You lucky like you got a way to run. She goes back and says, he's out of my home and I'm filing for divorce. Very good. My ex-best friend started posting and tagging me on social media just for me to see her. Now she's flaunting the bump like it's some kind of trophy. It's always someone close that'll hurt you worse than any enemy. Okay, so this is too much. First of all, ma'am, like I said, you should have never let her move into your house. And especially with these red flags going on, you know, I could see this happening, foreshadowing happening, because this just didn't make any sense. And you should have never left to go on this business trip. That's just me. I would not have left my, husband alone with this woman, especially since, like I said, going back to, do you know if she was the one that cheated or was it her boyfriend that cheated? And if it was her, it sounded like to me she the one that cheated, and that's why he dumped her and kicked her out of the daggone house. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, all my listeners, what do you think? Like, seriously, like, would you have let, your best friend move in, especially if you're married? Like, I don't know. That's a thin line for me. Like, when you're married, it's totally different. You gotta move a little different. It's not how like your college days or, your younger 20-ish days where you're single or you're dating your man, but y'all not living together. It'd be different if it was just you and yourself. Yeah, okay, fine, come move with me, but not when you got a whole husband in the house now. Come on now. Text me. Like, what do y'all think? For me, I feel like you got to set some type of boundaries, and you got to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Learn how to pick better house guests, y'all. Seriously. Have y'all ever had any, roommate betrayals like this? Because this is a lot. And the fact that this ex-best friend is posting and tagging this lady on social media, it's like she rubbing it in her face. She want to get beat up. She really want to get beat up, because that's just down low. That's down low for me. Let me know if you have any betrayal stories, or, what are your thoughts on, letting friends move in with you guys? I want to know. Either comment below, or like I said, just text me or call me. Leave me a voicemail at 929-399-4232. Because my final thoughts is that couch may be comfy, but protect your man and your peace at all times. Don't let anybody move in your house. Okay? These are just some of the simple but yet complex things that I saw on the net. What are some of your simple complexities? I'll let you think about it. Chat next time.